Okay, so this is going to be a documentary on my trip to the rally for reparations. Right now, we're in the hotel. This is where I'm going to be filming everything or giving my commentary. This is my first travel documentary thing. So I'm getting the hang of it, but we're doing this together. First thing I want to do, give a shout out to my brother Will. He's the one who really recommended this. I had kind of thought about this before, but Will, he brought it up and he was very confident that this would be a good idea. He was very sure that this would be a good idea. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I wanted to film when I was home, but I had a lot going on before I left. So I'm here now. This is Friday. We're filming Friday. So we don't know what's going to happen throughout the rest of the day. I'm going to take footage and all that stuff, and I'm going to be giving commentary on some of the stuff. You're going to hear like a voice overlay, and sometimes you're going to see me giving my commentary. So that's how this is going to be structured up. So Wednesday, I had a major car issue, major car issue. Not really sure what happened, but I missed my barber appointment. So I need a touch up. Hopefully I can get that today. Today is Friday. Hopefully I can get that today. But I'm very confident that I can. I'm not really worried about it. Very confident that I can. Thursday, my flight, because I came here Thursday. Thursday, my flight was scheduled at 1:30. It was scheduled at 1:30 at O'Hare Airport in Chicago. It got delayed due to a technical issue. It was something going on with like the air or the AC or something, like the ventilation system or something. So it got pushed back to 3:30. And I found that out when I got to the airport. So it's not like I could just wait and, chill at the house and then go to the airport. I found that out when I got to the airport. So when I got to the airport, sat there for a couple hours, tired, just waiting. Finally got on. There wasn't really AC that much. It was kind of warmer, but what I was glad about is the fact that there was no person in the middle seat. I was on the end, like by the window, and there was nobody in the middle seat. There was a lady over by the hall seat. So I was able to really get comfortable and kind of kick my feet over to the other side. Normally when you're flying, you kind of bunched up, unless you're flying like private or first class. So that was really good. I was able to really get a comfortable seating for the flight. I got there Thursday yesterday, technically, around 6 o'clock. Got here about 6 o'clock. Took a lift to my hotel and, unpacked stuff, started ironing, getting my stuff ready because I had all this stuff bunched up. I don't want to have to worry about that Friday because there's a lot going on. And that's pretty much it. I'm working on a design. Can't spoil it yet because I don't know when I'm going to put it out. But I'm working on a design, so started working on that. And then that's pretty much it. I was tired, but I didn't really do pretty much anything besides working on the design because I'm trying to get this out sooner than later. So come today, Friday, woke up early. Every time I travel, I'm an early bird. Like I wake up at like 6 o'clock, if not earlier than that. Don't set an alarm either. I just wake up at 6 o'clock. Even though I don't really sleep that much when I'm home, but when I'm out of town, that's a totally different thing. I just don't be sleeping like that, but that's fine. So I woke up. I still need to make this appointment. My brother Torian, he gave me his barber, so hopefully I can get a touch up to later on today. I need to go to the mall to pick up some things. I forgot my sunglasses. I got to go to the mall with my brother Black Alpha, so we're going to be doing that a little bit later on, and some other stuff for the rally we got to prepare for. So right now this is where we are. It's still early in the morning. It's like about 8 o'clock. I'm still working on my designs and stuff like that. So throughout the course of this, I'm going to be sitting here later on today after I get all the footage. I'm going to be sitting here breaking down what we went through today and then after the rally and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is gonna be like the second part to everything. I wasn't able to record like coming back Friday. I didn't get back till like late Friday. And then Saturday, busy the entire day. I mean, from dusk till dawn, like morning to pretty much the next morning, damn near. Almost a whole 24 hours of just moving, moving, moving. Um, so today's Sunday, everything's done, and it's been a crazy story. All right, crazy. So Friday, I know we left off that I was supposed to be getting my hair cut from Torian's barber. That wound up, he wasn't available, and that wound up not being able to happen. I had to go to a place called Watergate to get my hair cut. It's a barber. I had to like look it up, Google it, which I don't like doing. I at least want the barber to be recommended. I don't like just going there, but I'm like, oh damn, I have to. I have to get there. So I go there. I walk in, I get worried because the first thing I see is a white dude cutting hair. I'm like, oh no. And there was no black people getting their hair cut there. I'm like, oh my God, no. Y'all gonna make me look like I'm in the Tyler Perry movie. Oh no. Oh no. God no, please. But the other side, there was a couple other barbers there, and they were Puerto Rican. And they kind of calmed me down a little bit. They're not FBA, but they're Puerto Rican. So I'm like, okay. Y'all can cut. Some of y'all can cut. Y'all not. It's better than the white dude. So I'm like, okay, fine. Got the cut. It was cool. It was cool. I think, like my barber would have did better, but I think he pushed my hairline back a little. I almost didn't want him to touch it. Because the hairline thing, that can tell you, he pushed it back just much. Oh, and I felt it. I'm like, oh God, no. But it turned out okay. It was alright. Then me, Tariq, Ola, Layla, and Brooke, we went to Freedom Plaza to map everything out. Okay. Now remember this because this is gonna be important later. We went there to map everything out as far as where the backstage goes, where the VIP goes, where the media stage goes, where the actual stage goes. So we're just looking and we mapped everything out. Tariq went live. It was cool. We were talking about, what happened at the last rally, all the problems, stuff like that. We was having a good time. I'm going to say this. We make an excellent team. An absolutely excellent team. An elite team. We make an elite team. Tariq can really delegate some tasks very well. He's very, very good at that. Of course, me, y'all know I be standing on business. I be handling business. I be getting stuff done. Y'all know me for that. I be getting it done. Ola is the man. This man be working. This man be figuring stuff out. Ola be everywhere. I think he can disappear or something like that, like he Nightcrawler or something, because Ola be over here 1 second and you turn around, he over here doing this and he talking to security. Ola be handling it. Okay. Brooke she was standing on business the whole time. She was running back and forth, just handling stuff. Layla was, doing everything she had to do. Everything she was doing was looking easy, but I can tell it wasn't easy. So Brooke, Layla, Ola, that was man, that's a good team to work with. Shout out to them. They was handling business. They really were an elite team for real. Shout out to them. So after we left the plaza, me, Brooke, Layla, and Ola, we went to this place, this black-owned business. It's a black-owned restaurant called Provost. Okay, y'all check it out. The food is good. The vibe is good. So we went there because that was going to be the after party spot. So Layla knows the owner's cousin. So she kind of had a plug in with the spot. So we went there and we were kind of like scoping the scene out a little bit. It was a cool little vibe, to be honest. And then we went upstairs. That's when we said, okay, this is going to be kind of like the VIP. We're going to close this specific area off for the VIP, because we not gonna be just sitting among everybody. The VIP can't just be sitting among everybody. So that was that, right? We organized that, got some food. I was so hungry. Got some food. We was kicking it. Then went back, right, to the hotel. And then after that, let me see. I don't think I hung out with Black. I don't think I saw Black Alpha after that night. I don't recall. Actually, I did see Alpha. I do remember that because I saw Reza. I remember seeing Reza. I remember seeing him. I don't know why I forgot that, but I saw him, and he calmed my nerves when it came to speaking. I don't know why I thought that was Saturday morning, but it was Friday night. It was Friday, and he was checking in, and I saw him. This was right before me, Zizi, and Amira went out, and he asked me if I was nervous about speaking, and I told him the truth, I was. I said, like, my nerves are high. I don't really feel like nervous, like, oh, I'm scared, but it's like this adrenaline rush when I think about it, and it's kind of difficult to tame it and to hone that, you know. He said the same thing happens to him, like all the time, which surprised me because he does it all the time. So you think, and he does it so well. You think that, you know, this wouldn't be a problem for him. So that was really, that really, I guess, mentally helped me prepare for Saturday. So by the time I got back hanging out with Zizi and Amira, it was late. And then I didn't get back to sleep. I didn't get to sleep till late. I was up at like 3-something, past 3-something. Because I went to sleep, then I woke up at 4, and then I went back to sleep, and I woke up at like 6:40. 6:40, Ola is, you know, calling. He's like, hey, the Uber's downstairs. Let's go. So, you know, I already had my clothes laid out. I was ready to go. I got up, you know, I was already kind of like up. I wasn't like awake, but I was kind of already up. So he hit me up, you know, I was already getting up, got up, brushed my teeth, washed my face, headed out the door. We got there a little bit before 7 o'clock. The stage crew was already out there. You know, they setting up the tables and stuff like that. So an interesting thing happened. Now, remember I told you we mapped everything out Friday. We mapped it all out Friday. So when we get there, we find out that there's a whole different rally right side by side by our rally. It's the whole different rally right next to our rally. And the stage that they used was actually the stage we used for the 2022 rally. That's the one we were trying to get. They said it wasn't available, but then they gave it to the other group. They gave it to the other group after us. So we got the smaller version. It's the same style, but it's the smaller version of that stage. So it was like, damn. And it was crazy about that too, is the fact that they were going to take the stage and they were going to move our stage to the other side. So it's not side by side, our stage and their stage, because the day it was side by side. But what they were originally going to do, the truck was going to drop the stage off to the other side. So it was going to be like one rally is facing the other rally. It was going to be weird. And it was throwing everything off because we had already mapped out where the porta potties are going to be, where the back for the VIP and for the speakers, where that's going to be. We had already mapped out where the media crew that's going to be. If you move the stage to the other side, it's going to completely throw everything off. So we couldn't do that. I'm glad Ola was there because he caught it the second they did that. So he was like, hey, no. Can't do that. You move it back. So he had to move it back. I'm glad. Shout out to him for that. So as things was, coming along, they was kind of saying it really wasn't too much to do, but just kind of monitor, make sure they're placing everything where they're supposed to. So that's pretty much all we was doing. There was a situation. I wish when I had the thing for the volunteers, the sheets for the volunteers, I wish I had got a clipboard, because I needed a clipboard. I had to have one of the volunteers get a clipboard because I needed a clipboard really bad, because I was checking off the names of all of the volunteers. I was like checking them off one by one, to make sure I knew who was there, who showed up and all that. I don't know why I did not get a clipboard. Oh, well, no, I know why I didn't get one. It's because when I went to print it, they didn't have them. And then when we went to the dollar store, because Olaf went to the dollar store when we checked out the after party spot, they didn't have one either. So we was like, we just gonna have to get one in the morning because the other places didn't have one. So I'm, trying to look around for that. Stuff isn't open. So we kind of just chilling a little bit. We had some of the volunteers come real early, so that was really good. Shout out to the volunteers. Our volunteers was there. They would stand on business. A lot of the volunteers, they was a big help. So shout out to them. We're gonna get to what they was doing a little bit later. So around 8 o'clock. Now, I had coordinated to make sure that the trailer, it was like a decent sized RV trailer. I had coordinated to make sure that got there at 8 o'clock. It was supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. When I'm telling you, I was on it. When it was 8 o'clock, I'm like, hey, I'm blowing their phone up. What is going on? It's 8 o'clock. I'm calling. Nobody picked up. Calling. Nobody picked up. I'm not even calling just a rental. I'm calling parts and service. I'm calling the everybody. I'm just calling everybody. Now they did come at 8:10. They did come at 8:10. They came at 8:10. It was 10 minutes. It was 10 minutes late. It was 10 minutes late, but it was okay. It didn't hurt nothing. It didn't bother us. It didn't hurt nothing, but boy, was I standing on that business. I was like, man, y'all said 10. Y'all said 8. Y'all better be here. So then that happened, right? So, as they started setting up, more of the volunteers started coming. And it was a situation. Then a lot of the setup crew was coming, and it was like, okay, what do we do? What do we do? And it was like, okay, just hold off, because they were supposed to drop off more tents or something. I think they low key, the other people they was trying to sabotage or whatever. There was a lot of like low key sabotaging, but the elite crew saved it. You know what I'm saying? Elite crew, look. But they were supposed to drop off some tables and stuff like that at a certain time, because I'm not gonna lie, it was taking them a minute to set some of that stuff up, especially the media crew, the media stage for the media. It was taking them a minute. It was taking them a while. And after they set the tents up, that's when the volunteers were supposed to go. I'm like, okay, well, you take this chair over here, you take this chair over here, you take this chair over here, move these tables, because we were gonna have 2 tents on each side and then an extra tent, and that was going to be for the volunteers. It was going to be a specific volunteer tent, and then like kind of 2 other tents a little bit closer for like a handicap. That's how we had everything mapped out. They was taking forever with that, so a lot of the volunteers was kind of just like, hey, I mean, we're here, so I'm like, thank you. I was checking them off, like, thank you, but we don't really have an assignment. As far as the setup, I mean, that's what they're paid to do. The crew is paid to set stuff up, so we weren't really going to help them with that. Now, the cleanup, the getting the trash and all that stuff, that was going to be a necessary thing. So we needed them for that. Crowd control came, as far as the volunteers, they came. And, man, they was on it. They was acting like bouncers. They was acting like paid security. Because I had a person for each, like, speaker or whatever the case is. Especially the speakers that were moving around. Like somebody was, guarding Marcel. I had somebody guard Marcel, but Marcel wasn't really moving around that much. He did like step out to take pictures and stuff like that with everybody. And that's when his guard was kind of making sure everybody around him was cool. Nobody tried to do nothing crazy. So there was a guard on Marcel. There was a guard. Tariq already got his own guards. Reza already got his own guards. So it was a guard. Vicky Dillard, too, already got her own guards. Dr. Maya, she came with her family, so she kind of got her own guards too. Plus, I don't think she moved around. I don't remember her moving around that much. Okay, now this is kind of like past 11 a little bit. So I tried to make sure all of the people, especially the folks who were moving from behind backstage, because security wasn't letting nobody backstage unless they had a pass, like like a thing, like a volunteer pass, and it was a thing that you wore around your neck to show that you can get back there. So they was not letting nobody back there. So I wasn't really worried about like Dr. Short or even Dr. Mayak, because I didn't see them really moving outside of the speaker section, like the VIP speaker section. So there's really nothing to worry about. Even Marcel didn't really do it that much either. He did a little bit because he did an interview later, but he didn't really do that much either. It was really me and Black Alpha as the speakers who were really kind of moving around and taking a lot of pictures with a lot of people. So I had to make sure I had a guard on me. Shout out to Mark, and I worked with him at the Dallas Expo. Solid brother. Shout out to him. Solid. Okay. And then somebody on Black Alpha. I don't remember. Okay. My fault. I had a call. So as I was saying, Mark, solid. Everybody, all the people who were on, guard for their speaker, they was on it. They were on it. Plus, I mean, when we was back there, we already had security like that. Security was tight. Okay. You had the FOI, and the FOI don't be playing games. Then you had another security thing. They were strict. They wasn't letting nobody back there unless the stuff was bags was checked and all that stuff. So they were solid. Everybody was solid. So, as the rally's starting to get started, a lot of people started coming in, and I started taking pictures with everybody. It was a nice family vibe. There was a situation. This is why, as FBA, when we stick together, we can get anything done. It was a situation with the stage, the media stage, and the media stage was too far back. It had to be pulled forward. So me and a group of brothers, we was like, okay, well, we can just kind of, a bunch of us, it had to at least been about 8-10, to be honest. Because it was a pretty big stage, and it was like 4 on this side, 4 on this side, 4 on these. It was about 10, at least. So we all picked it up, and this is where the problem started, because it wasn't a light thing to pick up. So we picked it up. Each of us got on one each side. I was like 1, 2, 3. We lifted it up, and then we started moving it. We started stepping back. We started moving it back. Then, apparently, when we lifted it up, we separated it from its base. There's a base that kind of folds in, and when you spread it out, it has little hooks or something. The best way to describe it. And it gets, on top of, it gets placed under to support the platform. The platform is in sections. It's 6 sections. It's not like one big board. It's 6 sections. So the base kind of locks into the sections. So before that, we had took the rails off, and we were just picking it up. Somebody was grabbing the stairs and everything. Hold on for a second.
Do not fall for that trick language. And look, y'all, we're going to have to work for it. I heard Dr. Randy Short say that. We are going to have to work for it. We definitely need to be organizing in the streets. Yes, we do. But
Okay, I had another call. So we were lifting this thing up. This is a big thing. So at first when we picked it up, it was moving smooth, and then we kind of realized that the base fell off. The base was like, it was not going with it all the way. It was like, and I'm trying to make it as easily to understand as possible. It was 2 different base stands. So you understand, it's like 2 different base stands, and then there's 6 platform boards that go on top that make the whole thing. The 2, it was like one part would fall off and it would kind of hang, and then the other part would kind of stay on. So we moved it. I was like, okay, let's just move it to where it's supposed to be. So we moved it to where it's supposed to be. And now what we're trying to do is we're trying to like connect the base part to the board. So we're connecting the base part to the board, and then when we move it, because we got to lift it up to move it. So we got to lift this stuff up and we got to move it around. shout out to the brothers who was doing that, because that wasn't a light board. So those, and some strong FBA brothers, we was all putting in some work that day. So we lifting this up and we're trying to move the board to where it can kind of lock in. It can like fit like a socket. It can lock into the base, the platform, the stand, right? So we doing that, and then one part would come up, then another part would come up, and we just kept we kept doing it. Then it was a couple brothers that was getting under the whole thing, and they was kind of looking at it from underwards, and they was like, okay, well, hold on. They was like moving it around. Kind of worried me a little bit, because I'm like, oh man, I don't want this to like fall, and this board fall on somebody's head, or he's moving it and then somebody just drop it, because it is heavy. He's moving it, and it's hot too. Okay, it's hot. He's moving it, somebody's hand slips, or they can't hold the weight no more, and they drop it, or they drop it too suddenly. Somebody's fingers in the way, and they finger get messed up, broke, and I didn't want that to happen. So I was really trying to make sure that folks was being as careful as possible. I'm like, hey, watch your hand, because I'm like, the way I'm thinking, like, if this happens, this is on me. If somebody gets hurt doing this, even if they're doing something they're not supposed to be doing, if somebody gets hurt doing this, this is on me. So I'm like, you ain't gonna put this on my conscience. So make sure that everybody is safe. That's my first priority, because we can take the time necessary to get the stuff together, but as long as everybody's safe, we good. So we working on that for a good minute. You know, a lot of people around us kind of cheering us on. That was cool too. Everybody was around, kind of showing the video thing. They were taking videos or whatever. And then the stairs. I realized the stairs come off too. So the rails and the stairs come off. I don't know why I was not thinking about that. The rails and the stairs come off. I don't know why. I wish I would have thought about that before, because we could have saved a lot of time and energy. A lot of time and energy. But I didn't. But I realized that the stairs come off. Oh, I didn't realize that before, but then I did. I'm like, oh, okay, the stairs come off. So I'm all like, because I didn't know how to do it. Because some people were saying it's a screw thing that like you need a tool to take it off. I remember hearing that before, so I guess that was lingering in my head. So I'm like, damn, we don't have no tools. So when I realized it wasn't, it was kind of like a thing that you could screw, but you could do it with your hand. You didn't need a tool. When I realized you could do it with your hand, I'm like, oh, that's the solution. We got it. We got it now. So then I said, okay, take the stairs off. After the stairs come, I mean, the stairs, it was heavy too. So y'all know this is a stand where you can have a bunch of people on this platform with cameras and equipment and everything, and it's gonna stand up. So this is not no light platform. So the stairs came off. I'm all like, okay, so here's what we gonna do. Take all of the boards off. All of them. Even the ones that's attached. Like, if it's halfway attached, don't even try to it is everything gotta go. So there was 6 boards. We took all 6 of them. I said, okay, we're gonna pile them up over here, and then we're gonna start, not that far, but pile them up over here, then start bringing them back one by one, and we're gonna adjust this, lock it in place so the socket locks into the stand, the board locks into the stand, and then we're gonna do it with another one. So we was getting it done. We was taking one board at a time, moving the boards to the platforms. So we was getting that shit done. Then after that, we got the railing. Then we got that hooked up, and then we put the stairs there. Then there was a tent, and the tent, because it was hot that day, but it was a breeze that was going on, which thank God it was. But it was a breeze that was going on, and the breeze was blowing the tent away. If you can believe it. The breeze was blowing the tent away. So now we're like, oh, okay. You need a tent, because like the sun is out. The sun is going to get in the cameras, so the cameras can't really see anything. So that there needs to be a tent to cover the cameras. So we're like, okay, well, the tent is not heavy enough. It keeps blowing away. So then I had to talk to Ola to get the security guy to get some tape. So he taped, and that's why I'm like, okay, we're gonna have to move the rails a certain way. So we had moved the rails a certain way, so the security guy can come with some tape, and it was not like strong tape or rope. That's really what we needed was rope, but he had taped it pretty good. He had taped the tent because it was like 4 stands and then a tent thing that covers it. So he had taped that to each of the rails. And then he had taped, well, it was only 2. He taped it to both the rails and then kind of strapped it around on the other corner. And that made the tent stable enough. So got that problem solved. Man, that was something. But after that, it was pretty much smooth sailing. After that, really nothing. Then we were still waiting, and we keep waiting and waiting on the other tents to show up, the volunteer tents and the ones for the disabled people. Didn't show up. Did not show up. Didn't. There was the company was tripping. I think it was kind of sabotage, but we made it work. We made it work. So just going around taking pictures or whatever. That's and at this time Dr. Short was on, so he was going. Everybody was listening. Everybody was locked in at that point because that's when the rally really started. So kind of shortly after that, then I need to go because I'm letting people know, like, yeah, I'm trying to make sure everybody is straight before I leave, because I was just wearing a Reparations t-shirt, and some jogging pants, because I knew I was going to be working a lot. I was going to be moving a lot, like picking stuff up and moving stuff. And I was like picking the coolers up from the RV and then moving that with the bags of ice and all of that stuff. So I knew I was going to be moving a lot. So I didn't want to wear what I was going to wear. Man, so I went back to the hotel. This was, I think, Marcel was speaking when I went to the hotel, because I think it was Marcel, because I know Black Alpha went before I did. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to leave kind of before Black Alpha because I want to see his. I'm gonna have to leave before he goes so I can be back for his with my stuff ready. And he started at 1, so I knew like around 12. I'm like, okay, everybody straight, we straight. I gotta bounce them. So I leave to pick up my suit. Man, that suit. Ooh, that suit. That suit, man. I loved it, and so did everybody else. Everybody loved that suit, and I was so excited. I want y'all to understand. I've been wanting to wear this suit since I bought it in 2022. I bought this suit 2 years ago for the first rally. I was gonna buy this suit for the first rally. Bought it for the first rally, and I never got a chance to wear it. Now, the suit, because it originally was the 3-piece, but I didn't wear the best part to it. Got the suit, all that stuff. It was tailored. Now the dress shirt and the tie, that was new. The shoes that were new, that just got that. All of that stuff was new. So it was a lot of people like, man, you must spend $1,000 on that suit. That was an expensive looking suit. Yeah, that suit was nice. I was feeling sharp. I was feeling sharp. Feeling good. Got up there. Black Alpha was doing what he does best. He was riling the crowd up. Crowd was loving him. And then that was my time to speak. And what's interesting about it is that when it was my time to speak, I was like, your heart starts to race. You start to feel like a little adrenaline boost. It wasn't that much. It was subtle, but it was there. I don't know if it was the heat or whatever, but my body was just getting like really warm. And I don't know if that's because of the increased blood flow, or if that's because of the heat. It was hot that day. If that was because of nervousness, if that's because of excitement, and it probably was a lot of everything. when I went up there and I said, what's up, DC? And it was like, yeah, yeah. And then I said, what's up, DC? And that crowd started, yeah. The first cheer I got from the crowd, it really like gave me, it calmed me, but it also gave me a boost of energy. It's a very weird, unique experience and feeling. That feeling of emotion, and I almost felt overwhelmed with emotion, to be honest, with excitement and gratitude, and just being grateful, and to see everybody here just looking, and there's a bunch of people I can't even count how many people are here, and you got to give a powerful speech about reparations. You got to bring it home. You got to rep your people. You got all of the work that you've done to get here. I've been on YouTube over 4 years now. I started in June 7th, 2020. And this is June 15th, 2024. So I started over 4 years now. It's a big transition. It's a huge, big transition. But as I was doing it and making it work, and I was saying it, a lot of that stuff, I memorized a few things because I didn't want to, be too strict, didn't want to bog myself down, because that's not what the rally is like supposed to be like. It's not a lecture. I wanted it to come from the heart. I wanted people to feel what I'm saying. I don't want to just regurgitate a bunch of statistics and numbers and things. I want this to be a message that people feel. I want this to be a message that people can take outside of this year, outside of this election, outside to their children. I want this message to resonate with not just the people listening to it today, but the people who are going to listen to it tomorrow, the people who are going to listen to it next year, the next generation of people who are going to listen to it. That's really what I was trying to get at. That's really what I was trying to get at. And as I was doing it, and I started to feel the energy, and I was looking at certain people that I know, and it was very comforting, because I already know them, and I know that they wished me the best, and I know that they wanted me to do good. I think this is probably the best way to start off the first rally, to like my first big speaking thing, because back in my college, I did speeches or whatever, so I can do a speech. But to be on a stage, on a platform, and you're in the title of the flyer, so you have to get this speech done, and people are expecting you to execute this phenomenal speech. That's a different thing. But I like this setup because a lot of these people who were there listening to me, some of them I've seen before. I saw at the rally before. I saw at Dallas. Some of them are from Chicago. I've seen them from working around in Chicago. There's some of them are online. Some of them I've seen at the Hidden History Museum. Then I see some online, and then I'm on my YouTube community, and when I see them, and I was already taking pictures with them, I was already shaking their hands. It's like it's a sense of knowing these people, knowing, like, when you know the people you're speaking to, it kind of gives you a sense of comfort. The nervousness kind of goes down because you're more familiar with the crowd that you're speaking to. So I was so glad, and I didn't even think about that until I got on stage, that these people, I know these people. I've talked to these people, even if some, and I'm sure there were some, even if some of these people didn't know at all who I was, even if some of these people never see my YouTube, don't know who I am, there might be, but I know enough. I know enough of these people to feel comforted with the fact that I know they wish me the best, and that gave me a boost of energy to know I'm doing this, and they want the best for me, and in return, I have to do this for them. This isn't, when I got up there, it was not about me. It was about everybody else. and to do this for them. And it gave me a sense of motivation, like, hey, I got to bring this home for them. You know, these are the people who know me. These are the people expecting me to do this great job. I gotta execute it. So I did the best I could do. And the people understood what I had to say. They felt what I had to say. It meant a lot to them. So that was my goal, and I completed my goal. And I'm proud that I was able to have the opportunity to even do that. I really am. Because after I got off the stage, it was this weight. I literally felt a weight lifted off my shoulders. I felt light, like I could levitate off the stage. That's how I felt. A lot of people came up. They was like, you did such a great job. That was such a great job, young brother. That was such a great job. You know, to me, it's not a good job unless the people feel like it's a good job. I can feel like it's a good job all I want to. I can say it's the best. I can say I'm the best. But when you get on stage, it's not about you. It's about the people. And what the people feel, that's what matters. You can feel like you sucked. You can feel like you messed up. You can feel like, I didn't do that well. I could have did better. I could have. And a lot of times I think that way to myself. I beat myself up all the time. I'm the perfectionist when it comes to myself with everything that I do. I'm always, you could have did better. You could have said this way. You could have said it that way. I do that to myself all the time. But when I get up there and realize it's about what the people feel, what the people think. And if the people feel and think that you did a good job, it's up to them. They're the judges, not you. So when people tell me, hey, that was great. You did great, brother. Great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's the confirmation that I was hoping for. That's what I was hoping for. So I executed it. You know, at first I was the whole time thinking like, man, I'm hoping I'm doing good. I hope I'm doing good. I hope I'm doing good. You know, but the people confirmed it. So I was happy to see that. I was happy. After that, you know, we took a lot of pictures. Signing stuff. It's taking pictures, people giving me a lot of their business cards. I got so many business cards. I got a lot of business cards. People talking to me about ideas and stuff like that. It was a good vibe. It was a good family vibe. You guys definitely, y'all missed something if y'all didn't show up. But there will be another time. After that, you know, because I was kind of one of the last speakers. I was kind of close to the end, you know. So after me, then it was Big Daddy Kane. So a lot of people were watching his performance and whatever. So then I started talking back to Ola about getting, you know, the trash cans. Because after Big Daddy Kane, then goes Reza. After Reza closed. So I'm like, okay, let's get some of the volunteers ready so we can start getting the trash and stuff like that, so it can be a smooth transition out of here. So we were kind of working on that. Then Sage, shout out to Sage. Sage was doing the interviews. He was doing a whole bunch of the interviews off to the side. He had to be like way, way off to the side because he didn't, you know, the noise. You would hear a lot of the noise. So he was off to the side. So he came back. He was like, okay, now that you gone, so I need to interview you. So he got me and he got Black Alpha, and we walked, because we had guards too. So we walked with our guards, and we were on our way to back to do the interview. So I don't know when that's gonna come out, but that's gonna come out. I think everybody did a great job. I didn't, and then Torian was there. Torian and Cool Colas was there. Shout out to Cool Colas, that's my brother too. He was there with his wife. And then Torian did an interview. So me, Black Alpha, and Torian, we were back there with Sage. Then we did an interview. I didn't see him do Marcel's interview, but Marcel did an interview with him. I guess he did one before me. I guess I don't know. ZZ did an interview. Those are the only people I know who did the interview. But he did a lot of interviews with other people. And not just the speakers, he also did interviews with just people in the street and asking the crowd too, so that's good. So we got a good balance of speakers after, and then he got a good balance of the crowd too. So shout out to Sage. Sage did a good job, and he asked some good questions. He did a good job with those interviews. And then after Reza, you already know how Reza get down. Reza don't be playing no games, and Reza was not playing no games. Reza was out there. He was giving them the business. He was not playing no games at all. He was not playing no games. I mean, he was on 10 the whole time. So shout out to Reza. He killed it. And then, Tariq closed. Shout out to Tariq, man. None of this could have happened without Tariq. Tariq, man, shout out to him. I can't thank him enough. I had to thank him afterwards still. Like, I really cannot thank Tariq enough, for real. Because none of us would have been there had it not been for him. None of us, He's the only one I know who even puts this stuff together like that. So he is the only one who puts that stuff together like that. So big salute to Tariq. So he closed it. Then there's a lot of people. We still take pictures. I can't honestly tell you how many pictures I took. I really cannot honestly tell you how many pictures. I took so many damn pictures. It was crazy. I loved it though. I loved it. It was a lot of pictures. A lot of pictures. Then afterwards, everything was getting kind of set up and put together, and yeah, everything was getting set up and put together, and we did good. The cleanup was pretty smooth. Everything was pretty smooth. The people came. I had to stay because I was tired. My feet hurt and everything. I had to stay though because I had to wait for them. That was just room service, so don't mind that. So I had to stay. So by that time, pretty much all of the speakers left. The only speakers that were there, because everybody left, but surprisingly, Reza stayed like really late. He stayed really late. So we was taking pictures and everything. He was taking pictures with everything, walking around, with his security. We even stepped off to the other rally. So it was me, him, I think Black Alpha and his wife left. So I was there. Mark, that's my security guy. Sage, shout out to Sage. Ola, Brooke, Layla. Let me see. Ola, Brooke, Layla. We were all there. Tariq had left by that point. Let me see. Zizi was there with her brother. Shout out to them. They were there. Everybody. So we were just kind of talking about the rally, about everything, taking pictures, just pretty much cooling. We were just cooling. Everything was. We were just cool. I had a good family vibe. They were supposed to come up and pick up the stage because we kind of wanted to go. Because the truck came, they were supposed to pick up the truck at 5. They came a little before that, so I was like, good, okay, now we can go. But then the stage, the media stage, that took a while for them to get there. That took a while for them to get there, so I was like, damn. And Olo was like, hey, I'm gonna stay. I can't leave until I know they're at least here to pick it up. Which, you can't leave and then somebody just run off with their stuff and then they looking at you like, hey, you left our stuff there unattended. So now you got to pay for it. So now he's like, okay, well, now we got to kind of sit here and just, wait for it. And now, we all sat there and we waited, we talked, we took some pictures, and, we were just cool. And they came eventually. It took a while, but they came eventually. And then we had went back, and then Black Alpha and his wife was already at the hotel, and they were in the pool section of the hotel because we got this on the second floor, like a pool section thing. So we went to the pool, and Sage was there, and then Brooke was there. So we were all just kind of talking about the rally. We were looking at social media, you know, how social media was going off, Twitter, how Twitter was going off. We were looking at that, you know, so just talking about it. And you had, of course, you're going to have some haters like, man, Afro Elite didn't do a good job. Black Alpha didn't do a good job. Nobody did a good job. It was you had haters who were saying that. We were just laughing at them, clowning them, you know, this. We were there, you weren't though. So who's the winner now? Like, you know, but we didn't even say anything about it. We don't. So y'all know, a lot of times when I get like hate comments and stuff like that, it's hilarious to me. It's hilarious. Like people like don't look at it, don't be bothered by it. I don't take it personal at all. I almost welcome it. I like it. It's like it's fun. It's funny to me. It's funny to me. So and Black Alpha's the same way. So we be looking at our hate comments and we be rolling, and other people be like, just don't look, just ignore it. They're like, no, this is rich. This is rich. This is funny. So that's how we was looking at it. So we was just talking, man. We was talking and vibing and everything. Then Brooke had to leave because she had to go back home. Sage had to go back home. They both from New York. Shout out to New York. They both the FBA New York family up there representing. So they both had to leave because they both had to be back Sunday. So they had to leave Saturday. So pretty much about when they left, then that's when we got ready. Me and Black Alpha got ready to go to the after party spot. So then we went to the after party spot. Shout out to Provost, because that's a black owned restaurant. I said that before. It's a black owned restaurant. Good food. Okay. Bunch of people there. When we got there, the second we walked through the door, they like, Afro Elite, hey, how you doing? How you doing, Afro Elite? Shaking my hand and everything. I'm like, hey, brother, how you doing? And dabbing it up with family, you know. Dr. Short was there. He had his family there, so he was you know, eating with his family. I just like, hey, you know, how you doing? So we went upstairs to sit down. We had our own like section, the VIP stuff. So we had sat down there. You know, Zizi and Ahmed came. That's her brother. Layla came. You know, so we all, in Dr. Short, he came upstairs. So we all took that group picture, you know, helping the business. Y'all got to check that out. I think it's in Northeast DC. Good spot. Good spot. You know, she was working hard. The owner, I'm seeing the owner carry plates and drinks and stuff. The owner, their staff was on it. Good spot, solid spot. Y'all definitely got to check that out. Provost, Provost. Good spot. Gotta check it out. Gotta support. Shout out to them. So that was that. You know, after that, everybody we were all still tired. I mean, it was a full day, full day. We were all still tired, and then folks just kind of went about their way and kind of chilled for the night. And that's how that ended. So today is Sunday. I'm wrapping this up. You know, I'm actually heading back. Going to be back Monday because I got to do a live stream. And that live stream, I cannot wait for that. Overall, 10 out of 10 experience. 10 out of 10. Even the difficulties, even the challenges and the obstacles, I don't regret it. I'm glad that they are there. There, of course, are always going to be some hiccups. There's always going to be some, damn, we're missing a table. There's always going to be that. But with the team we had, an elite team, with the elite team that we had, we were able to make sure like that was not a problem. And we really didn't have no major problems, but a lot of work went behind the scenes to this. A lot of work. I'm talking about for a minute too, not just day of. Because there was a lot of work done day of. A lot of improvising done day of. But it was a lot of work done prior to make sure that everything was okay leading up to it. So got that done. So man, shout out to them. The volunteers, there was one sister, I'm gonna put her thing because she sells this homemade type of shea butter. She was a volunteer, and there was a couple volunteers. I might have to do a whole nother thing, shout out to volunteers. But she sold this shea butter. She got it, you know, she got me some. She was like, this is going to be really good because the sun is going to be hot and it's going to be like on your skin like a good sunscreen to protect you. I put that on, and I thank God I did because I was, doing a lot of walking around, and the sun was, it was a good like way to protect me, so I wasn't like sweating too much. And this, I mean, I'm talking about this is good. I'm gonna put her stuff there so y'all can order it. I'm not sure exactly where she's from. Maybe if she's local or whatever the case, y'all can just go buy some. Maybe, I don't know if she does it online and in person too. Shout out to them. Mark's that dude. Mark was out there putting in work, just like he was in Dallas. Everywhere, and anything I needed from Mark was on it. So shout out to Mark. He has a real estate business, and if he working this hard for the FBA community with this, I'm pretty sure he's on 10 with his real estate business. He does other things. I think he does photography too. So I think he has a card. I'm gonna have that. So when I do the shout out thing with the volunteers, I definitely want to mention Mark's stuff. So shout out to them. Shout out to the sister who provided the clipboard, because that was really important. That was important because the wind was kind of blowing my papers all over the place. I wanted to sign stuff off, but I had to put it on the table everywhere. So shout out to her with the clipboard. Shout out to the other brothers who was guarding, Black Alpha and Torian. I know we had Brother Gene. He was there. He was one of the volunteers. Midnight. He has Midnight on Twitter. He was there. Brother Ismail was there. They were all volunteers. And please don't feel no type of way if I didn't remember your name, because I'm gonna do a whole another thing with the volunteers, man. Shout out to every single last one of them. They was really helpful, and I appreciate y'all for that. If y'all seeing this, which you should, because you're getting a shout out. I appreciate y'all. Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. Major salute to Tariq. Again, major salute to him, because this wouldn't happen if it wasn't for him. And he's saying he's doing this every year. I am so excited. I am ecstatic for this to go on next year. Okay. And I think it's going to go on in the small little hiccups that we get. We're going to get that down to we're going to have flawless events. And I can't wait for that. Especially with this team, the way we be working, moving, fixing stuff. It's going to be beautiful.